The mantra for the crown chakra is I know. So if you're a person who speaks in affirmations or mantras or reminders to yourself when you're wanting to clear the energy of your crown chakra, you do that by, instead of speaking or instead of using the language I think, you will use the language I know, right? That's how you become certain within yourself. And the only way to do that is to definitely be connected to source. The crown chakra is the card that connects us to the divine, right? And as I'm saying connection, we have the card connection here, and the love card is the overall, is the card on top of the deck. So we're going to take that as the overall energy. So this card is about being connected. And if you look at the description here, it says universal oneness, love, interconnection, and support. So not only is it necessary for us to be connected to the divine, but it's also speaking on interconnectedness with soul family, because you don't see people in this card, but you see the illumination of a person, like their energy signature. That's how I'm seeing this. So it's talking about, I feel like it's talking about soul family, being connected to soul family. Interconnectedness, so that's being connected to people, or being connected and having a support system that is energetic, right? So if anybody out there is feeling like they are alone and like they don't have support, this is reminding you that you are always connected to universal oneness, and you are interconnected to those who are energetically a match to you, right? So we have the Six of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. The Six of Swords is about running away or moving away from, and we got the Six of Pentacles also. The Six of Swords here in this card is depicted as three people running away. It looks like they're running away, and the two people here are cloaked, and this person here is looking back. Her and her cat are looking back, so it's like they're taking that one final look back before they move on into this place, right? A place where they are, I like to see this card as the fruition of the harvest of things that you've been calling into fruition, the harvest of your abundance, the harvest of whatever seeds you've planted, right? And because you've moved away from something, you have moved into a space, or you're moving into a space where you're reaping a harvest. Now you're in a position to be able to give back, to share, to spread the love, right? Let's keep going. Let's keep pulling and see what else we come out with, or what other messages want to come out. What else do you want to say to us today, Spirit, about the crown chakra, the energy of the crown chakra? So we have the Ram. I love this card. And then after that, we have the Star. So this card is, this deck is a new deck. And as I'm learning the cards, I like to write messages on them. So the energy of the Ram is the energy of strength, sacrifice, and leadership. Right? So I feel as though you are a person who has had to sacrifice. You've had to sacrifice and leave some things behind. You've had to walk away from some things, turn your back, close the door, close the chapter, close the book, whatever the situation is for you, because it's different for everybody. And that was a sacrifice for you. And it took a lot of strength in order for you to be able to make that sacrifice, right? And that has catapulted you into a leadership position, right? A leadership position, and a person who is able and has the resources to help and give back to other people, right? To those that you are connected with, energetically, spiritually connected with. I definitely feel like that connection card represents a spiritual connection, okay? So I'm going to pull a cardology card, see what else we can get. This card came out the first time I tried to do this card, or this message. So we have the Jack of Diamonds. Jack of Diamonds is a messenger. The Jack of Diamonds is a person who has many money-making ideas, a person who are ahead of their time, and someone who is also emotionally detached. And we have that card paired with the Magi card, which is the Ace of Spades. And this card is about a new job. It could be about a death. There could be somebody who has had a death in the family. If so, I send my condolences to you. Again, we talked about the new job, so it could be work. You're working on something, you're building something. It's also dealing with the death of bad issues. So if you had back-to-back issues that just seemed like they were not going to change, everything just seemed like it was bad and it wasn't ever going to get better, this is the death of those issues. And so you're experiencing a death and a rebirth, right? And that's also tying into this sacrifice energy, the energy of the ram. I'm being drawn to the story of the ram in the bush, right? You know that when you trust, there's always going to be a ram in the bush. There's always going to be whatever you need is always going to be there for you when you have that trust, right? When you know, because remember we started with the energy of the crown chakra, so that's the energy of knowing. So when you know what you know and you trust what you know, I lost the message. Come back to me. When you know what you know and you trust what you know, I don't remember what I was going to say, so I'm just going to move on. If it comes back to me, it comes back to me. But know what you know and trust what you know, because it's saying here that you are a leader, you are a magi, and you have been asked to sacrifice something, and because of your sacrifice, it's leading you to a place of harvest. You're about to be reaping the harvest of whatever it was that whatever seeds that you have planted. And the message is coming back to me. If you know what you know and you plant those seeds that you plant with faith, because, okay, so in order to be, and then we got the wisdom card, so that's going to tie into what I was saying. So in order to be a magi, right, that's somebody, that's another word for a magician, somebody who knows how to work with the art, somebody who is tapped in and aware of the as above, so below, as within, so without energy, and they know what to do with that, right? So when you take that energy and you plant these seeds and you reap that harvest, you have to be a person who knows, you know what you know, and you stand on that, right? And sometimes when you're a person who knows what they know, you're this energy, you're ahead of your time, because everybody doesn't see things the way that you do. If you're somebody that has been enlightened, I don't like to use the term woke anymore. If you're somebody who is enlightened, meaning that you have balanced the energy of your chakras from the base all the way to the crown, and you've experienced an awakening, a kundalini awakening, you know what you know, you trust what you know. And if this has not happened for you, this is a confirmation that you're on the road or on the way to a season of harvest, right? You're harvesting from the seeds that you've planted because you know what you know, and because you trust, and because you're a leader and you have strength, and the strength that it took to sacrifice to get to this place. And now you're able to give back, right? So we have the card wisdom, and wisdom comes from experience and reflection, right? So in order to be that magi, you have to have some type of wisdom, right? Some type of wisdom inside of you, some type of wisdom that you dig from and pull from in order to continue reaping a harvest of the seeds you planted. And this is just letting you know, that support card right here, I guess I'll put that deck right there, but it's just letting you know that you have support, you're not alone. And that again ties back to this card, that interconnectedness, that connection. You're connected whether you see it or not. You're connected, interconnected to people energetically who have the same type of energy as you, the same, who are on the same frequency as you, right? I want to pull one more card, I think, and then we're going to wrap this reading up. So Spirit, what is one last message that you have for us about the crown chakra today, the energy of the crown chakra? Okay, if I don't get a card, I'm just going to do, okay, there we go, write it down. Okay, so, and then we have judgment and criticism on the top. So if any of you are experiencing that, remember, in order to be the magi, you're ahead of your time. You might be faced with judgment and criticism. So, that comes with the territory of being an enlightened person, a person who is a magi, a person who is a messenger, a person who is ahead of their time. So what I'm getting with this write it down card is, as feelings come up, you know, sometimes we judge ourselves. Sometimes we're super critical of ourselves when we feel like things are not going the way that we think they should. If this is not coming, if this is not happening fast enough for you, you know, sometimes that can bring feelings of frustration. Write it down. Don't carry that with you. Don't internalize it. Don't take it with you. Don't let it be stagnant within your person. Write it down. That's a way of releasing. I love to write things down because if we hold things in, you know, a lot of people don't like to feel things. So when they think about something and they don't like that thought, they suppress it, right? When you hold things inside of you, it can fester and lead to physical ailments within your body. The body remembers, the body holds on to things. So if you're listening to this message and you're a person who holds on to things, write it down. That can be a way of releasing it for you. And also we got repeat mantras. So if you find yourself struggling mentally, because we're talking about the crown chakra and it's talking about knowing, repeat some mantras to yourself using the I know mantra. The two words at the top of that mantra need to be I know. Example, I know that everything is working out for me. I know that I am in alignment. I know that I am always in the right place at the right time. I know that I am interconnected to my soul family and I have support everywhere I go. I know that I have planted seeds and I know that I am reaping the harvest of the seeds that I've planted. I know that I am a leader. I know that I have made sacrifices. I know that I am strong. I know that it took strength for me to walk away from situations that were no longer serving me, were no longer healthy for me. I know that I have the wisdom that it takes to get through this new cycle, this new season of my life. I know. Okay? And maybe write down those mantras in that language as well. Okay? So that's all I have for you guys. It sounds like my neighbors are going at it, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I hope that you were able to find something here that resonated with you. If you would like to support the channel, check out the link in my bio. And until tomorrow, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk again soon. Peace.